morning. It's Friday. Just, I'm sure, fantastic for some of you. But for some of us, Friday does not mean any type of weekend or time off. That's actually our Monday, because that is the beginning of when it's busy in the restaurants. Everybody wants to go out to eat during the weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday mornings. Those are our busy days. So, I am on my way to work, and I just thought I would talk a little bit about serving and tipping and restaurant etiquette. So, I don't how would I say this? I understand if a server is horrible or makes a really bad mistake that completely ruins your experience, that you're not going to give them a good tip. I understand that. Now, I consider a bad tip 10%, 15%. I mean, I feel like that's a pretty bad tip. I feel like if you had a great experience, you enjoyed everything, 20% or more is fantastic, and it's what you should give. And I know a lot of people are like, well, what if we can't afford to tip like that, whatever. Well, I don't know what that is. Don't go out to eat. I mean, a lot of places do to go, where you can order to go, pick it up, eat it at home, eat it outside on the table. I mean, I don't care where you eat it, just I don't have to serve you. And if you do get it to go, throw a couple bucks for there. I mean, if you can't, whatever, you can. But even for a to-go order, if you can, at least tip $1 or $2. They're still making the effort to get all your stuff together, making sure your order's right, and that you have everything you need as far as sauces and napkins, utensils, whatever it is that you need for your food. I work at a sushi restaurant, Asian cuisine, so we don't just have sushi. But I've noticed, except for happy hour times, the bills, they rack up pretty quickly. Rolls are about $10 a piece if you get some of the bigger ones. And so very easily your ticket can go up to $50, $60, $70 without ordering much. So for a $70 tab, you should tip, I'd say, at least $15. If you have good service. If you had crappy service, okay, $10. But I've had people leave me $5, $7, thinking that $7, 10%, I'm doing good. No, you're not. That's an insult, basically. I feel insulted when I give good service and everything that you do is fine, and you give me $7. I'm for a second you're like, what did I do wrong? The other thing is, I've had people come in, eat, say everything was great, everything was fine, and then 2 hours later I see a review on Yelp about that table complaining about something, and I'm like, wait a minute, you were just in here, you didn't want to say anything about your experience, but then you're gonna go on Yelp and badmouth my restaurant and my service when it could have been fixed when you were right here. Nobody's perfect. Everybody makes mistakes. Stuff happens. Period. No matter what it is, it happens. So if you're not going to be understanding of that, and you're not going to give us the opportunity to fix that for you and make it up for you, don't have the audacity to go and badmouth us on a website that actually people do look to see if they're going to visit our restaurant or not. The restaurant I work at, I haven't been there, but the restaurant's been there for 15 years. I mean, they have a very good standing in the community. And for, you to go and badmouth something without talking to, you know, management or your server or somebody there first is like super ridiculous. Come on. If you have a problem, say something. So, continuing on. Now, if you order something and the restaurant is out of it, that happens a lot with us. Why? I don't know. We kind of have it's a smaller restaurant. It's not like some huge chain. We don't have a lot of space. We don't have a lot of room. And we order what we can when we can. We don't know who's going to come in and order. Sometimes we have days where not one person will order a dinner. And then we have days where 20 people order that dinner and we're out of it. Like, we run out. Sorry, it happens. We'll order more as soon as we can, you know? So people get upset with us. Oh, well, why don't you have this? It's not our fault. Like, we're doing the best that we can to keep, we want to have it there. That's why we have it on our menu. And if we're selling it, we're making money. So it's not like we're not ordering it, we're not having it because we just want to be assholes. Like, no, that's not it at all. Try and think behind what's going on before you just start jumping to conclusions about why a restaurant is out of something. Also, if you get something that was made incorrectly, or, okay, let's stop there. Incorrectly. You ordered a pasta and you didn't want onions. Okay, chances are it could be your server's fault. Why? Because I'm guilty of this. They're in a hurry, they run it in real quick, and they forget to put no onions. I've done that before, I won't lie. Sometimes if I notice that I messed up, I will fix it before I bring the food to you, because that's just courtesy. And if I didn't catch it and you have to send it back, by all means, don't tip me 20%. Like, that's something I would completely understand. I screwed up, I'm gonna get dinged for it, basically. I'm not gonna get paid for screwing up. You know, that's how it works. So that I completely 100% understand. The other thing is, it could not be your server's fault. It could be the cook's fault. You know, they just weren't paying attention to the ticket, or they were busy and just made it how it's normally made. And, you know, either way, I'm the type of server, I try to be as honest as possible. If it's my fault, I will tell the table, this was my fault, I apologize, let me take care of this for you. If it's not my fault, I will tell you, I apologize, the cooks must have overlooked this, let me get it fixed for you. Or whatever the situation is. If your food is taking too long, also, could possibly be your server's fault, most likely the kitchen's fault. Not even that you really want to put blame on anything. Again, things happen. Sometimes cooks call out. Sometimes they get huge orders. Sometimes everybody wants to order everything at once. A lot of the times, especially at the restaurant I work at, we'll get 4, 5, 6 tables coming in within 5-10 minutes. Everybody's getting drinks, everybody's ordering all at once. Even though I'm one server and I have 2 or 3 of those tables, there's 2 other servers who have the other 2 or 3. They're all putting orders in too. So when you don't get your food within 10 minutes, relax. Like, if you wanted fast food, you should have went to McDonald's or Taco Bell or wherever you go for fast food. Okay, if you want to sit down, have a restaurant, enjoy your drink, chill. Okay, you're gonna get your food when you get your food. Now, apparently, if your food's taking 30 minutes, 45 minutes, cool. Yeah, I understand. Get irritated. And they're not saying anything to you. They're not apologizing. They're not offering you an appetizer or something in the meantime. You know, totally have the right to be upset, of course. And at that point, if my table's food was taking longer than 25 minutes, I would start to apologize and let them know if there was something else that I could get them, you know, while they're waiting for their food. Especially with sushi. Sometimes sushi, we usually only have 2 sushi chefs at the time. They can only roll so many rolls at once. And a lot of tables will order 4, 5, 6 rolls. You know what I mean? So you get through this, that's 30 rolls for 4 tables. If they each order 5, you know, it just depends. It's different. So just try, and this is just sushi, but I mean in general, I'm Italian, Mexican, American, Denny's, IHOP, Applebee's, Chili's. This is everywhere. This isn't just my restaurant. I'm just saying because that's the experience I have right now. That's what I'm using. But this is everywhere. Okay, this stuff happens. So as far as your food taking long, the server, I'm also guilty of this. I've been super busy. As soon as you walk away from the table, you're supposed to go directly to the computer and put it in. But on your way to the computer, there's other tables that you're taking care of. And they might stop you and ask you for something. Or you might notice that they might need something. So you stop for a second, and then you get distracted, and then da-da-da stuff happens. And 5 minutes later, you realize, oh crap, I forgot to put that order in. You know, so then there's the extra 5 minutes, 10 minutes that person, the table has already ordered, but their food's not in yet, which means it's going to take extra time. And at that point, I do go back to the kitchen and say, hey, I forgot to put this in. Can you please put this up first? They've been waiting longer than, you know, the last 2 or 3 tickets that went in. So I will try and also take care of that. But at the same time, you don't know, and that's not something I will tell a table. I'm not going to go tell them, hey, I forgot to put your order in, so it's going to take a little bit longer. I'm just going to tell you, like, hey, the kitchen's really backed up. You know, it's gonna take a few more extra minutes. Is there anything that I can get for you in the meantime? Can I get you another drink? You know, can I get you an appetizer to get started? Appetizers are normally pretty quick. There are a few typically that I serve that do take a little bit longer that I won't recommend for something quick. You know what I mean? But we have like stuff that I can offer you that only takes 1 or 2 minutes to make. Like 2-3 minutes to make. So, you know, in that case, and of course I'm not going to charge you for it. Your food's taking too long. It's my fault. You know, that's my way of making up for it. If your server is apologizing, making up for it, doing things, don't take her tip for that, or their tip for that. You know, that's not fair. And a lot of people I've noticed on tips, on Facebook, you know, when people write about stuff, they're like, well, why should I tip a server? Why should we tip them? They get paid hourly. You're so cute. So I'll tell you how much I make. I make $11.50 an hour. And that's how much I make. I have 6 children that live in my house. Altogether, with me and my husband, we have 13 children. 4 of them are from my own body. The other 8 are from him in previous relationships. Okay, I know it's a lot. My husband loves kids. Let it go. We're not going to go there. Anyway, I have 6 kids in my house. It's expensive. It really is. And you have rent, and you have car insurance, and gas, and food, and electricity, and water, and just everybody has these bills. Most people have these bills. Okay, I could not survive off of my paychecks. I work 4 5-hour shifts for 5 days a week. Okay, so that's about 20-30 hours. That's $300 a week. If you can survive off $300 a week, high five. Like, you're awesome. Good for you. I live in California. Okay, one of the cheapest apartments you can find here in San Diego is a 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom if you're lucky for $1,400. And that's if you're lucky. Like, it is so hard to find something like that. Most of them are between $1,800, $2,000, $2,500. That's usually what your monthly rent is here. So just keep that in mind. Now, you want me to survive $300 a week. We'll say. $400 a week. That's $1,600 a month. That's not even enough to pay rent. Like, get out of here. And if there weren't any servers, there would be nobody to take care of you when you go out to breakfast or dinner or lunch or whatever you're doing. So appreciate the servers, appreciate what they do, and tip them. Because if it wasn't for them, you would have to be at home or in a drive-through. You go out for a reason. So appreciate the service that you receive. That's basically what I'm trying to say. You know, 20%, that's what you should tip. 18, okay, I'm not going to complain about 18%. I had, for example, I had a table last night. It was a $104 tab. One of them ordered a salmon. The salmon did not come out good. They did not like it. They did not want it. I took it away. I had them, they wanted something else. I had that made for them. I did not charge them for the food that they ordered, the salmon. I did not charge them for the food that we replaced it with, but I did charge them for everything else they received. Their ticket was $104. $104. They left me $25. That's over 20%. Okay? That is how people should tip. Very grateful, very appreciative. They did not have perfect service. They had some stuff that got messed up. But you know what? I took care of it. I took care of them, and they took care of me. And that's how it should be. That's how it should go. We work hard, we work our butts off. You guys think, oh, serving is so easy, serving is so easy. Get out of here. We have 4, 5, 6 tables at once. All those tables usually need or want something at once. You need more napkins, you need a drink refill. And it's not even a drink refill. And we don't have a bartender at our restaurant, so if you want a mixed drink, guess who's making it? We are. And at that same time, I have a table who wants to order. And over here, I have food that needs to go out to another table. And then over here, I have somebody that's ready to cash out. I gotta cash out their table. So it's literally doing 20 things at once. It is stressful. It is a lot of work. We are on our feet for between 4 to 8 hours a day. I've pulled 12-hour shifts when somebody calls in or needs help or we're understaffed. It happens. I work my butt off for what I do. And, you know, we should be paid for it. So, yeah, that's that. I feel like I covered everything. Food not coming out on time. Food not coming out how the way you want it. Yeah. Basically just be understanding. Look at the whole situation when you're going out to eat. We're trying our hardest. Now, if you just get a retard of a server, I shouldn't say that. That was bad. I shouldn't say that. I apologize. If you just get somebody who's not on point in their job and they just do a horrible job, by all means, don't tip them much. You know, I would never tip less than $5 ever. Ever. I would never tip less than $5. Even if my bill is $20, I'm going to tip you $5. If you gave me crappy service, I'm going to tip you $5. If I hated everything about it and you were mean to me, I'm going to give you $5. Why? Because I'm just, that's my personality. I'm not going to give you less than $5. I just, like I said, I feel like that's an insult. For example, I had a guy come in the other day. His bill was literally $16. He just got a beer and a salad or whatever. And he tipped me $5, and that's respectable. That's what you should do. So just keep that in mind when you go out to eat. If you can't afford the tip, don't go out. Get it to go. Okay? Thank you for listening. Have a good day.